On a Thursday afternoon, a mother and her daughter hurry to their apartment after encountering a strange person. They record that person with their camera, but according to the mother, that wasn't the only strange thing that was captured.
So I'm sitting here looking at the images from the main camera, and I don't understand how I didn't see this because this is ridiculous.
The audio features background music, a firm voice, followed by more music and laughter.
I just called the police. Get out of my door.
This is the last time I'm going to tell you. Get out of my door right now. The police are on the way. Go.
During this recording, the mother had no idea what was happening. The door of apartment 23 had opened by itself and stayed open for several seconds before closing. However, that's not what worries Yasmin, the mother, the most. Days later, she records another video and points out something that makes all of this even more chilling.
In the 3 years that I've lived here, I have never seen this door come open. Ever. In the video, you saw it. The door just came open. Who opened the door? Like, look at this, pitch black. Make it make sense. Like, how? Oh no, it doesn't make sense.
If the door had remained closed for years, how did it open then? Yasmin has no idea, but the more she investigates, the more unsettled she becomes.
Just look, watch this. The door comes open, there's nobody there.
Although all of this is already quite strange in itself, what happens next is even more unsettling. After contacting the building management, someone goes to check the apartment. This is what happens.
Hey y'all, so property management sent somebody up to come take a look. So I'm going to let him do what he does, and I'm going to stay back here, you know.
The light works.
You say the light works? He says the light works.
Oh no.
What is that? Is it a toy? What's happening? Look at all. It's obviously. Who put all those little kids' shoes in there? What the?
No, something's going on because the other day the door came open when I was in here.
So if the door came open like, Nah, I'm sorry. Okay, y'all, so I thought it was a snake. I really thought it was some plastic, but I won't be close to that. This is real snake skin. Oh my God, look at this. You can see like, ooh, oh my God.
A large number of children's shoes is found inside the apartment, and it's the amount that disturbs Jasmine the most. According to her, this could be a sign of something much more serious than just a simple paranormal phenomenon. Before calling the police, Jasmine checks the video. She notices something that leaves her frozen.
While reviewing a video, I spotted something in the pile of shoes. Those frozen Elsa boots, whatever you want to call them, those boots. Are my daughters. Like, I want to show you a picture that my daughter and I took like 2 months ago. I can't believe it. I was sure she had just misplaced them at school. Those shoes belong to my daughter.
The big question now is, how did your daughter's shoes end up in that room? Yasmin doesn't have a clear answer, but she has a suspicion. After showing the video to the management and finding out that the apartment has been unoccupied for years, she came to a shocking conclusion.
Someone in this building must be going around just collecting shoes, and I'm not going to say stealing little kids' shoes around here. I've talked to at least 2 or 3 different people in this building who have said that their children have been missing shoes. So I'm thinking that someone has access to that room. And they're going around stealing shoes and then taking them and putting them in there. They're simply placing shoes in a room. None of this makes any sense.
Although the management removed the shoes and plans to change the lock, they told Jasmine to stay alert, so she decides to set a trap.
Okay, y'all, I am gonna get to the bottom of this. See these little shoes right here? I put them here as bait. I bought some really cheap shoes, just, little kids' shoes or whatever. But what I did was I got myself a plant, right? A little cheap plant too, but look what's inside the plant. Hopefully you all can see it. Hopefully nobody else sees it.
According to Jasmine, whoever is taking the shoes and going into that room must be responsible and possibly the same person who stole her camera. Ring. After 2 nights of recording the hallway, nothing happens until on the 3rd night, this is what was recorded. Suddenly, one shoe moves on its own, bounces, and lands perpendicular to the other. Even Jasmine's neighbor got scared when she saw this, but what the neighbor says is definitely even more terrifying. Apparently, she left her apartment after hearing what sounded like a baby crying outside. However, she realized that the cries were coming from inside the room where all the shoes were. Frightened, she went back to her apartment, and then this happened. Now, whether she really heard a baby's cry is hard to know. There's no audio to confirm it, but even if she did hear something, that wouldn't explain how the shoe moved by itself. And that's what scares Yasmin the most, who has since thrown those shoes away. To this day, little more is known about this story, and no new videos have been posted since. But as always, until new information becomes available, this incident will remain an unsolved mystery. Now is the time. You have only 5 seconds to subscribe and like this video. If you don't do it, this entity will visit you tonight. Around 10 at night, 2 sisters return home to pick up something that one of them needs. According to Pick Nemesis, the author of the video, her younger sister had to pack some clothes for a sleepover she was already late for. But just before going in, they noticed something very strange on the sidewalk across the street. A shopping cart full of creepy dolls. Out of curiosity, they approached for a moment, but quickly went inside the house to pick up what they needed. During that moment, their doorbell camera recorded something completely unexpected.
hurry up, hurry up.
I don't go to your house and mess with your stuff, so don't mess with mine.
Apparently, the cart they were looking at belonged to that woman, who came over yelling because they had touched her things. Among them, there were several really creepy dolls, but that's not the strangest part. While the woman is inside the property, a dark figure, like a shadow, quickly crosses the hallway. It's hard to tell what it is since it moves quickly and doesn't have a defined outline. It just looks like a black mass. And it doesn't just appear once, a second time, it's seen running through the front yard. Pink says he had seen that figure outside his house several times at night before. At first he thought it was a black cat, since he usually leaves food out for stray cats, but after seeing this recording, he's not so sure anymore. So far, they haven't shared this video on other platforms, and it still has no explanation. As always, it's up to the viewer to decide exactly what was captured on camera. The following video was posted by a clearly disturbed mother because of what she recorded on her baby's monitor. Around 1 p.m., Kristen puts her daughter in the playpen while playing her favorite YouTube video. This is something she usually does so she can do household chores. In this case, she was doing laundry downstairs, but while she was away, something happened in her room that has no explanation. Reviewing the monitor recording, Kristen notices that her daughter quickly turns her head toward the door, as if she sees someone. Then she starts blowing kisses into the air, as if she were greeting someone. But Kristen was alone at home, so who was her daughter seeing? But that's not all. Moments later, an object, a piece of a baby bottle, falls into the playpen from above. The girl picks it up and starts biting it. Seconds later, another baby bottle hits from outside the playpen. Kristen, feeling unsettled, records a second video to provide context.
So this is my daughter's playpen that she was in when the bottle thing happened. She was standing right here. The stem would have fallen about here, and as you can see, like directly in front of that on the other side is the toy bin where the bottle had landed. It landed about here. There's nothing around that the bottles could have come from, especially because like they landed straight down. So really no explanation. There's the monitor that caught it.
Following this video, the question is inevitable. How is it possible that two objects flew toward the corralito coming from distant places and without human intervention? According to Kristen's grandmother, this could have been the work of Kristen's mother, who passed away a few years ago. Maybe it was her way of letting her know that the baby was hungry, But Kristen isn't sure she believes that theory. To this day, she still doesn't understand what happened to her. On May 17, 2025, a couple from California was on their way to a concert at the Blue Lagoon Bar in Santa Cruz. It was a wild and fun night, according to Savvy Cat, who took this photo and posted it on her Instagram account. But just 3 days later, Savvy clarified that the concert wasn't the most shocking thing that happened that night. Something disturbing happened on the way back home. The dashboard camera caught everything. He was referring to Highway 17, also known as Killer 17, a route in California famous for the number of accidents that happened there. However, what they captured that night was not an accident, but something much more unsettling. In the video, you can see the car going down the road on a dark night when suddenly something appears. A figure appears out of nowhere, right next to the vehicle, so close that they almost hit it, although nothing is clearly visible in the distance. That figure is right in front of the car, but the most unsettling part comes later, when they check the rear camera, expecting to see that figure walking or moving away. There's absolutely no one. The front of the vehicle clearly recorded a silhouette in the middle of the road, but when they checked the rear, it disappeared without a trace. The couple swore they saw someone, but after reviewing the footage, they're not so sure anymore. Many drivers have reported similar experiences on that same road. Xavi is starting to suspect that what they captured might be a ghost. Since Highway 17 has been the scene of numerous fatal accidents, some believe that these apparitions may be the spirits of those who have lost their lives there. And what's even more chilling is to think that if Xavi had swerved suddenly out of fright, he could have had an accident.
You're okay. Breathe, baby, breathe.
Xavi and his partner remain confused about the incident. Up until now, there is still no clear explanation about what they caught on camera. In the following case, a mother records a video of her daughter in which something disturbing is captured. According to the mother, this wouldn't be so unsettling if it hadn't happened several times. Her daughter Mabel tells her that her dad is hiding in her bedroom, but it doesn't make any sense because her dad passed away in the year 2002.
It's him.
Okay, who is it?
Daddy. Daddy's right here.
Is it your daddy?
No, it's your daddy.
He's where?
Daddy's right there. Come on.
Okay, show me.
See? Your daddy is missing you.
My daddy is missing me?
Let's go get him.
Let's go get him. Where did he go?
In there?
Okay, show me.
In my closet.
Is there a daddy ghost in your closet?
A week earlier, Mabel had also said that there was a ghost in her closet, although at that time she didn't specify that it was her dad.
The ghost sees me.
What sees you, the ghost? What are you talking about? The drawer and you already scared me.
Mabel's mom started to think that the ghost could be her father, that is, Mabel's grandfather. And although you might think that Mabel just has a big imagination, since after all she's only a 2-year-old girl, the story gets even stranger. The mother decides to show her a photo of the grandfather that Mabel had never seen before. He passed away long before she was born, but when she sees the picture, Mabel says without hesitation,
Yes, it looks like that.
Daddy.
Mabel, what does your ghost do? What do you say he gave you? Hot. A heart? Daddy, it's Daddy.
the most shocking thing is how naturally she says it, as if she's known him her whole life. The mother, completely confused, shares the video on social media, where many comment that Mabel is actually seeing her grandfather. How did she recognize someone she had never met or even seen in photos? June 13th, 2025. A woman named Meg finally uploads a video she had kept private for 6 years. She had avoided showing it for a good reason. Something about it deeply unsettles her. At first glance, the video seems completely normal. It's a very short clip of Meg that she recorded of her brother sleeping on the couch the night before his wedding. Seeing him like that, she decided to take out her phone to record him, since it was just a way to capture memories before the big day. But without knowing it, that memory would turn into a nightmare for a completely different reason. When reviewing the video more closely, Meg noticed this. What makes this really disturbing is that no one else was in the house at that time, except for Meg's sister-in-law and also her cousin. Both of them assure that it wasn't them, since they were completely asleep, just like Meg's brother, after a night of drinking. And if that wasn't strange enough, when looking at the image more closely, you can make out a figure with a head and torso, but it has no legs. It seems to float across the floor and then suddenly disappears. Someone who saw the video shared an illustration of what that figure might have looked like. The image is nightmare fuel, but even more unsettling, the figure seems to be doing something with its arms. The movement it makes it even more disconcerting. Was it a ghost or an intruder? Meg feels this was a paranormal event. What do you think? Did she capture a supernatural presence on video? A man named Lofar works as a music producer and singer. But one day, he's somewhere using a public restroom when he hears some strange knocking coming from inside the room. However, he's completely alone, so he decides to record the event. This is what he captures.
I want you to see, I'm in the university bathroom right now. I just finished using the restroom, and well, everything was normal. There are strange noises and knocking on the door right now, but I want you to see that there's nothing there. Look, there's my reflection, but look on this side. Well, here. There's nothing, look, here. Neither, look. There's nothing here either. And here, well, it's... And here the place is pretty small. There's my reflection already. But look, hey, did you hear that? There's nothing.
You might have missed it, but as he walks toward the cubicle, you can see a pale, creepy face. inside which you can only see through the gap in the door, but when he looks up, there's no one there. Could this be the ghost responsible for the banging, or is it just an elaborate trick? I'd like to know your opinion. The last video of the day was posted on the YouTube channel Midwest Ghost Hunter. In this video, Ian visits the infamous Sanjeevan Sanatorium in North Dakota, United States. The building was constructed in 1909 and opened its doors as a center to treat tuberculosis patients. In the 1980s, it was turned into a mental asylum where thousands of patients allegedly died. Since then, there have been many reports of apparitions in the windows. Sounds of ghostly footsteps, screams, and voices, along with mysterious sightings of shadowy figures that have managed to be documented. Many of those who have ventured to explore this place claim to have felt watched and even felt an overwhelming sense of sadness come over them. Ian decides to enter armed with his flashlight and night vision camera, but what this man didn't know was that he might not be completely alone. Let's see.
What's that sound? Okay, those are footsteps. Damn, these stairs.
First, you can hear a series of footsteps that seem to be going up the stairs. Scared, but with a huge desire to document everything, the man runs up the stairs to try to capture something. However, he can't find anything, so he decides to continue with the intention of collecting more evidence. Let's see.
Okay, as creepy as that was, I did feel a gust of wind when that happened, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was. See? Look at that, see? Holy shit! Ha! Still creepy as hell.
A door opens right in front of Ian. However, he says he's completely sure it was the wind. Nevertheless, the event is truly frightening. The man continues exploring the old sanatorium and soon captures something.
Hello? Wow, what was that? Dude, I think I just saw something. Could you appear like that again? Oh my god, dude, it is cold over here. Oh my god, it just went in. Oh my god, it just went into that room. Dude, it just flew in here. What the... Dude. That was crazy. Did you just go into this room? I need to go in there now. Dude, it literally sounded like a woman talking in here, dude. That was so crazy. I heard that with my own ears. Ma'am, can you talk again? I think I just heard you. Oh my God. You really spooked me. I didn't expect that. Did you just knock on a wall? Could you knock on it again? She is communicating with me now.
First, an orb appears briefly, then disappears at the end of the hallway. Ian notices the anomaly and asks it to reappear, but nothing happens. As Ian walks, he feels the environment getting even colder. Then out of nowhere, an orb appears almost in front of him and enters one of the rooms. Determined to uncover the truth behind the events at the sanatorium, the man persists.
Hello? Oh my God. It came from over here. Hello? I heard someone cry for help. Oh God.
He heard a voice shouting, "Help me!" At that moment, he starts running down the hallway, trying to find the source of the sound, but obviously, he doesn't find anyone. The man continues exploring the asylum, focusing on one specific area. He decides to take several photographs, and what he ends up capturing gives him chills all over his body.
I might take pictures down this hallway. Many people report seeing shadow figures. Basically in all areas of this place. I'm hoping to catch one in a photo. If there's anybody down this hallway, could you appear for me? What the hell was that? Who was that? It sounded like a breath. Was that you? I'm hearing noises all around me right now. Whoa, I think something's in here. Dude, it's like a figure. Oh my God, and it's gone. Dude, I just caught something. It was by that window. Holy shit, dude. That was crazy. I just caught a photo. Holy crap. Are you standing by this window? Holy crap. That was so freaking cool. Could you appear again? Whoa, dude. I just caught that on the freaking camera.
In one of the images, we can see a strange nebulous figure near one of the windows. Moments later, a white mist reappears, then disappears into the air, right in the same place where the figure was photographed. The viewers of Ian's investigation couldn't stop watching the man as he walked through this chilling sanatorium. And many are sure that he managed to capture genuine paranormal evidence. The title of the video, translated into Spanish, is Terrifying Paranormal Activity in the Sanatorium of Death.